When I'm wrong, I am definitely wrong. So I would like to apologize to Andy from 88 POV 88, because Andy, you were right about Harry and Meghan Markle. Absolutely spot on about the visa. However, I see that as a setback, not as a loss. But I was wrong. You were right. How can this be happening in the United States of America? Not right now, to allow Harry and Meghan Markle to break the law. Because what Harry did was illegal. And let's discuss this, because it's actually quite infuriating. It is very infuriating what's happening, and I think there's going to be legal repercussions because they have set the worst precedent for all of this. And I think it's time for me to put my investigating hat on. So let's get into this, guys. So the judge said that in spite of Harry violating his privacy by exposing details, the most private details, to discuss his past and current drug use publicly, he's still entitled to privacy when he filled out that application form. Absolutely true. People are entitled to privacy when you fill out an application form and your health certificates and your health records. Absolutely. However, psychiatrists, there's always an exception to the rule, because when you're admitting to a crime publicly, then the police and the district attorney have a duty to investigate. Just for people to understand, it is illegal for a resident or an immigrant, just to put it bluntly, a non-citizen of the United States of America, to do drugs in federally. What does that mean? It means that doing drugs as an immigrant, even in a state where the drugs are legal, it's illegal in itself because you're not a citizen. And you're bound by federal law. And there are still some states that haven't legalized the use of certain drugs, the ones that Harry especially took. Why do you say, Paula? Why are you saying that he committed a crime? Because we have to take his word. We have to take his words. He said when he arrived to the United States, while Meghan Markle slept in Tyler Perry's house with that kid, he went outside and rolled a joint. Those are drugs. Those are drugs. When he rolled a joint and he's talking about it, he's talking about his extensive drug use still in the United States. He went on Spare talking about what kind of drugs he uses, what kind of drugs he doesn't use. Is he bipolar? Is he bipolar? Did somebody recommend, does he have a prescription? And even then, under what circumstances? When he was rolling that joint outside of Tyler Perry's garden, that was recreational drug use. Where is he getting those drugs for? So not only is he a criminal, but whoever is supplying those drugs to him is also a criminal, because he's not entitled to do any kind of drugs, legal or illegal ones, in the United States. So once he has confessed publicly to a crime, his privacy is out the window. I do not understand why MyHeritage hasn't gone that route. I've been doing videos about it. I posted videos about it showing the law in the state of California. Did you know that for immigrants and residents, the ones that get the green card, when they go to immigration, they even give them flyers saying, beware that just because you're legally in the residing in the United States, it doesn't mean that you can do drugs, because you are bound by federal law, because a lot of immigrants have been arrested by a marijuana or something like that, because they think that because now they're legally there, they can do it. But that's not the case, because again, I repeat myself, they're bound by federal law, not state law. So I don't understand why, and I don't have any way to contact MyHeritage Foundation. I have tried to send them emails, because once Harry admits to a crime, out you go, buddy. That is a self-confessed crime publicly. And not only that, he's boasting about it. So there's two things that people have to do. They have to find out who his supplier is, and number two, why he's doing drugs and he's not being arrested or kicked out of the country. And then his form has to be pulled out and say, wait a minute. Did you confess to this? And that's when things get clear. If you can't catch him, and because they said that he had expectation of privacy, yes. But even psychiatrists, you know what psychiatrists or doctors, but mostly psychiatrists, if a patient comes to you, they have doctor-patient confidentiality. However, if a patient comes to you by law and says that they're planning on doing a crime, by law you have to report it. By law they have to report it. So Harry here is publicly saying, I have broken the United States of America's laws. And nobody's blinking an eye. And Meghan Markle or Doria, I assume it's Meghan Markle. I can't put my finger, because that would mean that Harry would have to go out of his family to acquire the drugs that he's using. Has this man been tested, or is he skipping the test like he did in the military? So I hope any of you can catch and send this to MyHeritage, because this is insane. The judge is wrong in the side of the law, because Harry has admitted publicly to committing a crime. And it seems that he's reoffending all the time. Has he been given a random drug test as a resident? Somebody who's admittedly doing drugs, because he's admitting that he's doing it. Does he have a mental health issue, like illness? Is he mentally insane? Is he bipolar that he requires the use of marijuana? Does he have cancer? Does he have any kind of medication? Because Harry cannot use drugs in the United States of America recreationally, which is what he said he was doing when he was smoking those joints outside of Tyler Perry's house. So please tell me what you guys think, because I am absolutely baffled by all of this. That MyHeritage, I understand that in the judge, they can point, I've been saying this about a long time ago, and I don't understand why they haven't gone that route. Because it's outside of the immigration department. They hand out those flyers to warn the residents, people with the green cards, with newly acquired green cards or visas. You cannot do drugs in the state of California, even if the drugs are legal. You're going to get in trouble. You're bound by federal law. I don't know if this is a game that they're all playing just to keep things in the headlines or whatever. I don't get it, because MyHeritage should know this. MyHeritage has very good lawyers that they should know that Harry cannot do any form of drugs as an immigrant and resident. So by law, the judge will have to say, is he an immigrant? If he's an immigrant, then he has broken the law. He cannot be in the state of California, or he has to be put in jail or kicked out, whichever way you like it. So I am just very surprised that they haven't gone that way. Because if a little YouTuber, okay, I gotta say, my uncle works in immigration in California, so they do. But even then, their flyers are there. I've done videos where I show you that even the police says that there are flyers outside there. So you're telling me that the lawyer for the Heritage, which is a very expensive think tank, can't figure that out? That Harry, in his book, unless he lied to Penguin Random House or whoever the hell it was that promoted that book, is lying to them, selling it as a biography. And as he said, these are my words, this is my truth. So he truthfully admitted that he's doing drugs in the United States as a resident. which is a federal crime in the state of California, or in any state, any state in the United States of America. When you're a legal resident in any state, no matter what drugs they are legal, you, as an immigrant, cannot do them. So my heritage is Meghan Harry's supplier. Who's his supplier? Well, we know that Meghan is pretty handy because when she got married to Trevor Engelson in Jamaica, the first thing she did is she went to the bellboy she knew from before, when she had lived in Jamaica for 4 or 5 months with Trevor Engelson when they were filming a movie. And she knew exactly where to get the drugs. And she personally rolled the joints of all the guests. There were like about 300 joints because each guest got like 4 joints in the little gift bag. So is Meghan Markle Prince Harry's supplier in the state of California? And for Harry in the state of California, it is illegal to do any type of recreational drugs because he is an immigrant. He's not a U.S. citizen. And he has admitted to doing recreational drugs outside of Tyler Perry's house. So please leave me your comments, beautiful people.